We're again. Hold on. I'll be right back. Sorry, sorry guys, hold on. Yeah, I had to start a new stream, so, yeah. I'm, yeah, I'm up the last stream, so I'm starting a new one. Hold on. Hey, I'm back. I accidentally messed up the last stream. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. I was just putting the SVRs in my community post. So there are numerous warnings right now in Oregon that have PDS tags. So yeah. Hi Messi, how you doing? For those people who are coming and read the rules, exactly. So anyway, there are currently numerous warnings in effect right now. Hold on. I'm gonna go to the warning and show you. So it says a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 3 p.m. Pacific time for North Central Lake County. At 2:41 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 11 miles east of Hampton, or 47 miles west of Burns, moving northwest at 35 miles per hour. Hazard 80 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. Source radar indicated and reported by automated weather station. Impact: flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Excessive tree damage and power outages are likely. The severe thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of north central Lake County, including Highway 20 near Glass Buttes. For your protection, move to an interior room in a low floor building. Hi, Central Virginia. How are you doing? Now to the next PDS warning. The National Weather Service in Boise has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Harney County in southeastern Oregon until 3:30 p.m. At 2:39 p.m., severe thunderstorms are located. Excuse me. Hi, Super Legend. I'm doing all right. So anyway, at 2:39 p.m., severe thunderstorms are located along the line coming from near Yellow Jacket Campground and 9 miles northwest of Sheep Lake, moving northwest at 20 miles per hour. These are destructive storms for northwestern Harney County. Hazard 80 mile per hour wind gusts and ping pong ball size hail. Source radar indicated impact. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged, I meant. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Excessive tree damage and power outages are likely. Severe thunderstorms will be near Delinment Lake, Buck Springs. Hi Spencer, how you doing? Severe thunderstorms will be near Delinment Lake, Buck Springs, and Emigrant Campground on 2:40 p.m. Williams Reservoir on 3 p.m. For your protection, move to an interior room and look for a building. When safe to do so, please relay storm reports to the National Weather Service in Boise via local law enforcement or National Weather Service Boise Facebook page and Twitter accounts. You like and subscribe to me? Thanks, Spencer. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. Alright, so got the next warning. Let me check that. Okay. So the National Weather Service in Pendleton, Oregon is issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Crook County, Central Oregon, southeastern Deschutes County in Central Oregon, however you pronounce it, and southwestern Grant County in Central Oregon until 3:30 p.m. At 2:25 p.m., a severe thunderstorm is located 21 miles east of Hampton or 37 miles west of Burns, moving northwest at 30 miles per hour. This is a destructive storm for southeast Crook and southeast Deschutes counties. Anyway, hazard 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Hey, southwestern Virginia. Source radar indicated impact. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Excessive tree damage and power outages are likely. Locations impacted include Paulina, Hampton, and Shepley. This includes Highway 20 between mile markers 55 and 69. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Alright, so Sure, if you type bad because your kitten is attacking your form. Oh, okay. No worries, Virginia. No worries. Alright, so, and we have another PDS SVR I gotta touch on. So, the National Weather Service in Boise issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Hardin County and southeastern Oregon until 3 p.m. At 2:17 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Stinking Water to pass to Mahar Lake, moving northwest at 50 miles per hour. These are destructive storms for Harney County. Hazard 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 2-inch hail. Yikes. Source radar indicated impact. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage and power outages are likely. Severe thunderstorms will be near Stinking Water Pass, Maher Refuge Headquarters, Luen, and Malhire Lake around 3:20 p.m. Man, some of these cities are hard to pronounce. Sandhill, Wrights Point, Fort Harney, and Calmet around 2:30 p.m. Burns, Hines, Idlewild Campground, and Crow Flat Guard Station on 2:40 p.m. Burton around 2:50 p.m. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. When safe to do so, please relay storm reports to the National Weather Service in Boise via local law enforcement or National Weather Service Boise Facebook page and Twitter accounts. Alright, so those are all the PDS warnings there are right now, but I'll be touching on that. So anyway, let's see what y'all chat said. Sorry, I got distracted with those warnings. So these PDS SVRs on radar hole. Honestly, what does that mean? What does radar hole mean? I'm not really sure what that means. So top hail reports in 2026 so far. Look at that. Kankakee, Illinois, 6.1-inch hail. Yikes! That is. I'm guessing that was from I don't know when that was. I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know. Hi, Saratoga. Here there's the top hail report. So I'm guessing that was from March when there was that big outbreak. The storm is far away from the radar station. Oh, okay. Hi, Neptune. How you doing? Alright, so got a lot of people on. There are currently numerous PDS SVRs in the Northwest right now. So Dinner Bell, BRB. Okay. So yeah. So, yeah, you're doing good. That's good. Yeah, so anyway, we got right now, you have a radio that should arrive today. That's cool. It's very cool. So, yeah, we got numerous SVRs currently ongoing in Oregon. And a lot of them are PDS. So, hopefully everyone stays safe and just, hopefully everyone in that area. I mean, there might be people in that area who happen to follow me, so it's very possible that someone in that area followed me. So, as a result, I need to make sure everyone is up to speed with what's going on right now with the severe weather, more specifically the PDS alerts. So, hold on. I wasn't sure if anything changed as of yet. Nope, nothing. So there are still some PDS SVRs in Oregon right now. So, yeah. Gotta, everyone in the area needs to be on the lookout for those storms. So, and I mean, they usually get storms up there, but not to the level. Because Idaho is actually getting hit. They are, yeah, definitely. They are getting hit. And so, meanwhile, the Weather Channel is not covering that right now, but so I'm going to show you the Weather Channel. Oregon is actually some action. Yeah, Oregon is more to the action right now, but Idaho is going to get on it too. Okay, I saw that area has a black dashed area. Black dashed area meaning the highest potential for thunderstorm wind gusts reaching or exceeding 74 miles per hour today. So that's because there could be some. I'm not surprised that there are those high wind gusts and PDS SVRs. So yeah, but meanwhile, as for tomorrow's forecast in the south, 90 degrees in Oklahoma City. It's very convenient. What's your question? What's your question, Southwestern Virginia? Excuse me. So what's your question? So, you have two radios? That's cool. So do I. I have a WR300 and a WR400. My by the way, my WR300 I will have my WR300 for 6 years on Sunday. What radars do you use? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I kind of use them. The National Radio Services site. I don't even know how many radios you have at this point. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have 2, which is enough. So yeah. So anyway, yeah. I don't know why I don't know why the Weather Channel is not covering the SVR yet, but they might at some point. But I made a decision to come on just in case there's people who are from that area who also happen to follow me. They get 25 radios. Wow. You at least know you got more than 30. Wow. That's a lot of wow. Yeah, like I said, I'm sticking with 2 because 2 is enough. So my WR300 will be turning 6 on Sunday. My WR300 will turn 6 on Sunday. And my WR400 will turn 3 on June 23rd. So you have 52 radios active. Wow. If you're looking for some more radars, otherwise he's a great radar. Alright, thank you. I'll look at that. But I just gotta I gotta see what changed here. Hold on. Oops. Not what I wanted to do. Come on. Alright, so yeah, you have 6 radios, that's cool. So yeah. Let me just pull up the radar. So yeah, there are numerous SVRs right now. Oh. Alright, so there's some SVRs in those areas, and a SVA. So these are the storms that are moving through those areas at the present time. There are multiple SVRs right now in those areas. So, and while I'm at it, I'm going to show you the current SVA. Like in fact, there is a severe thunderstorm watch in most of Oregon and southwestern Idaho. That watch is in effect from now until 8 p.m. Pacific time. So the SVA is in effect until 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and there are numerous warnings in effect right now. So everyone needs to take shelter immediately if in those areas. And while I'm at it, I'm going to touch on some of the flash flood warnings that are in effect for the central U.S. You had a random FFW at 7:30 a.m. give you a heart attack? Wow. So I'm going to touch on some of the flash flood warnings in just a sec. So a flash flood warning remains in effect until 6:30 p.m. Central Time for Central Pulaski and East Central Saline County. So, in that area, between 2 to 4 inches of rain have fallen, with rainfall rates of a half inch to an inch per hour. So, they're flooding on that area right now. So, meanwhile, a flash flood warning remains in effect until 8 p.m. this evening for Jenkins and Screven counties, or Screven, however the hell you pronounce it. And as much as 4 to 6 inches of rain have fallen in some areas as of 4:30 p.m. Central Time, or Eastern Time I meant, and there could be an additional 1 to 3 inches of rain in that area. So I would not be surprised if that warning goes to at least considerable levels at some point. Meanwhile, in New Mexico, there is a flash flood warning for central Lincoln County in central New Mexico until 6:30 p.m. and in that area between 1 and 2.5 inches of rain have fallen, with additional rainfall of 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch possible. So, and going back to the warnings for Arkansas, hold on. Alright, I'm back. So there's a flash flood warning for East Central Searcy County and Stone County. Hi, Misty. This warning is in effect until 5:15 p.m. And 4 to 8 inches of rain have already fallen in that area, with the expected rainfall rate of a half inch to 1 inch in 1 hour. So yeah. So there is currently a flash flood warning in East Central Jefferson County and Central Alabama until 6 p.m. Central Time. That area has seen 1 to 3 inches of rain, with an additional 1 to 3 inches expected. And this warning does include Birmingham, Alabama. The warning includes Birmingham. And moving over here, there is a flash flood warning for southeastern Jackson County in southern Mississippi until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That area has seen 3 to 5 inches of rain, with an additional inch of rain possible in the warned area. And meanwhile, in Jackson, my stupid cat knocked your drink. Oh no! I say today needs to go enhanced for wind and hail in Oregon. I agree, Misty. I definitely agree with you on that one. That you need they should have issued an enhanced risk. I mean, I agree with that because sometimes cats can be mischievous. Sometimes cats can be mischievous. So anyway, continuing on, there's a flash flood warning in Mississippi and Louisiana for southwestern East Carroll Parish, northeastern Morehouse Parish, and West Carroll Parish in Louisiana until 6:45 Central Time. Apparently the post office lost your radio. Oh no! Shame on them. Shame on them. Hold on. What the heck? Yeah. He's 9 months old and he's already a handful. Yeah, sometimes my cat can be a handful. Sometimes my cat can be a handful too, but I love my cat. I love my cats. I love my cats so much. So anyway, back to the warning in Louisiana. This warning is in effect until 6:45 Central Time. I'm gonna get a new Midland radio soon. You got a handheld radio now. That's very cool, Misty. So in this area, 1 to 3 inches of rain has already fallen, and that area could see another 1 to 2. It was an extremely rare one too. Yeah, shame on them. The nerve of the post office to lose it. Yeah. Yeah, if you could, yeah, maybe you can sue them if you want. Alright, so, anyway, the National Sheriff in Little Rock has extended the flash flood warning in Arkansas, which covers the counties of northeastern Conway, northern Faulkner, northeastern Pope, southwestern Searcy, and western Van Buren counties until 5:15 p.m. This area has apparently seen 2 to 4 inches of rain. So yeah. Another FFW in central Arkansas for Baxter, Boone, Marion, Searcy counties until 5:30 p.m. That area has already seen 3 to 5 inches of rain. So, and finally in Missouri, there's a flash flood warning for western Ozark and eastern Taney County until 6:30 p.m. and that area has seen 3 to 5 inches of rain. There's a whole apartment complex explosion in California state too. Oh wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hope people made it out. I hope people made it out okay. I hope people made it out okay in that area, because that's not good. Yeah, hopefully there are no casualties in that explosion. I hope they're all safe. That's not good. Yeah. From an explosion, that's not good. I'm praying for those people now. Some people made it out, but completely leveled to nothing. Ugh. That is not good. So anyway, I'm gonna see if there are any. Alright, so there are still two SVRs that are PDS in Oregon right now. Hold on. So, Jefferson County mentioned, yeah. So, meanwhile, there are tropical downpours heading for Florida. The state of Florida could see 1 to 3 inches of rain between now and Tuesday. So, that would definitely be, you know. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Yep, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, welcome back to Virginia. Yeah. So, there's a bunch of tropical thunderstorms and moisture making it up from the Gulf and Louisiana. Are you stuck the satellite? Yeah, that's for true. You have to clean up 2 readings on your setup. Oh, okay. Oregon and Ohio are both under a hatched wind risk. Yeah, I did see that. So yeah. Yeah, my area needs rain, however. My area needs the rain. So, yeah. My area needs the rain. So, yeah, cause I'm still in a moderate drought right now. Yeah, I'm still in a moderate drought right now, so the short of XVR is can probably get expired based on later looks. Yeah, yeah. There are still two PDS XVRs in the Northwest. So yeah, yeah. I mean, there's still a considerable risk tag for. Yeah, there's right now a considerable risk tag for Adams, Washington, and Baker counties in Idaho and Oregon, respectively. So yeah. So yeah. And the the Storm Prediction Series put out a new measure show discussion saying that a severe thunderstorm watch is likely in what looks like eastern Washington, northern Idaho, and northwestern Montana. Yeah, it looks like getting weaker, but models showed it clustering up into a blob of wind and rain for Washington. Yeah, that's true. So there's now an 80% chance, chance, of, an 80% chance of a severe thunderstorm watch in eastern Washington, northern half of Idaho, and western Montana. We are in a bad radar hole, yeah. So yeah. So 80% chance of a watch up there. Very bad, yeah. Yeah, there's an 80% chance that a new XVA could get issued between now and 4:30 Central Time. So they're probably going to do it within the next hour and a half. Sometime between now and 90 minutes later, they're going to issue a new severe thunderstorm watch. Like I said, a severe thunderstorm watch is likely. Yeah. So, meanwhile, there's some Gulf moisture showing up in the south right now, and currently a flash flood warning just east of Biloxi, Mississippi. 75 degrees in Mobile and 78 in Pensacola. I hit 75 today. I hit 75 today. So, yeah. Yeah, so very nice temperatures today. The storms in Kentucky are mean, yeah. So they're going to continue to get storms in the south too, but just ordinary stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary for the south. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. We're here at Flash Emergency down Mississippi or Alabama a couple days ago. Yeah. Yeah. There was there. Yeah, Mississippi did have a flash flood emergency on. I think it was Tuesday that they issued the emergency. Yeah, I think it was Monday. It was Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Monday. It might have been Monday. Everything here is close to let me see. I see. Yeah. You remember there was a flash flood emergency before we moved here in our area? Yeah. Yeah, I remember when we had Hurricane Ida. When we had Hurricane Ida in 2021, my whole county had a flash flood emergency. My whole county had a flash flood emergency in 2021 during Hurricane Ida. When the remnants of Hurricane Ida moved through. Not only did it produce major flooding across my region, but it also prompted it also produced a lot of tornadoes in my region, especially down in the Philadelphia area in South Jersey and Delaware. There's even a tornado emergency. There's even a tornado emergency in my county in 2021, September 1st, 2021, during Hurricane Ida. So, meanwhile, in eastern most of Oregon and western Idaho, there is a watch until 8 p.m. and they just got a new warning. They just got a new warning now. So, and they're moving northwest. So, Yeah, photogenic chocolate a couple days ago from an alpha boundary storm put out. Oh wow. So this new warning is in effect for Boise. This new warning in effect for Boise is in effect until 4:15 p.m. Mountain Time. But wait, no. This is the old warning. The new warning is in effect until 5:15 Mountain Time. 5:15 is the new warning expiration. So, and still a considerable threat tag. And you see Kuna, Idaho. Kuna, Idaho coming with a 72 mile per hour wind gust. Look at that. 72 mile per hour wind gust in Kuna, Idaho. You've been under two different TOREs in your lifetime, but both happened before you started EAS. Oh wow. Yeah, 2021 was my first year of doing EAS. 2021 was my first year of doing EAS. So yeah. And that was when I call a tornado emergency in the lower part of my county on September 1st, 2021. Yeah, that was it was pretty unprecedented. It was the first time ever. PHI. It was the first tornado emergency ever issued by PHI. You think it was under a PDS story before we started YouTube before 2020? Oh wow. The first the first TRE was in 2011. The other was in 2021. Yeah, I heard of I heard about those. You know, the super outbreak in 2011. 2011 was a super outbreak. It was very unprecedented with over 300 tornadoes from that. But 10 of those were EF4s and 4 were EF5s. So yeah, it was nuts. But honestly, I didn't. I was only 9 years old. I was only 9 years old when when the super outbreak happened. So I didn't even know there was an outbreak going on. But at the same time, that same storm system hit my area on April 28th, 2011. I had three severe thunderstorm watches in less than 24 hours. I had three severe thunderstorm watches in less than 24 hours. So yeah, that was yeah. You just realize your flashlight on your ER10 is cracked. Yeah. Oh wow. Yep, that was the day before you were getting the TORE. Yeah. You had to wake up at 12 to 5 in the morning. Like how long you was in that basement at night for that when you were 5 or 10? Oh wow. You lived in Tuscaloosa at the time. Yeah. Yeah, because Tuscaloosa got decimated. Tuscaloosa got decimated. I mean, 64 people died in Tuscaloosa from that tornado. That tornado killed 64 people alone, with hundreds more injured. But that same storm system hit me on April 28th, 2011, with many SVAs and SVRs. I mean, I had wind gusts over 50 miles per hour from those storms, so it was nuts. But not as bad as the South. Not as bad as the South. So it was not as bad as the southern U.S. for sure. I mean that storm. Yeah. You also had Hacklebird that day, which an EF5 that killed 71. I did hear that. Yeah, I heard that too. You might have had a brief tornado go through your area last week. Small, like tree branches and twigs down. Oh wow. Hey, South Central Kansas, how you doing? Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that outbreak in 2011 was unprecedented. Yeah, I still remember that. I still remember those storms very well, but I was only 9 years old when the 2011 super outbreak occurred. I was only 9 years old, so I didn't even know there was an outbreak going on at that time. You're good. That's good. Tornado warning last year in 2025. So did I. So yeah. Yeah, that outbreak. Yeah. Pretty sure another system this Sunday next week. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. So yeah, that outbreak in 2011. Yikes! That outbreak killed 348 people. That outbreak had killed 348 people and injured thousands more. So it was terrible. So yeah. Yeah. So. And then less than a month later, an EF5 tornado struck Joplin. So, 230 plus fatalities happened in Alabama alone. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, Alabama was evidently the hardest hit area of that outbreak. So that was bad. That was really bad. And then Joplin got hit by a tornado on May 22nd, 2011. That tornado killed that tornado killed over 160 people. The Joplin tornado killed over 160 people and injured over 1,000. So he did catch a violent Amber Alert a couple days ago in Missouri. Oh wow! He did upload him the PDS severe thunderstorm in Oregon. That's cool. Alabama had two EF5s of that day, being Hackleburg and Rainsville. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, that was bad. They said the Joplin tornado killed over 160 people and injured over 1,000. I mean, that was Joplin was. Boy, am I speechless. And multiple EF4s being Tuscaloosa, Shoal Creek, Flat Rock, Cordova, Bridgeport, and Lake Martin. I also heard that the Tuscaloosa tornado prompted a tornado emergency in Birmingham. I mean, I know the Birmingham suburbs. I know the suburbs of Birmingham, Alabama, got hit by the same tornado that struck Tuscaloosa. So yeah, boy was I speechless when I heard about all that happening. So yeah. 2011 was one of the biggest tornado seasons on record. Tuscaloosa's rating is a major source of controversy, though, because many believe it to be an EF5. Yeah. 2 phones and 2 tablets and radio to catch alerts. That's cool. Yeah. So 2011 was undoubtedly one of the worst tornado seasons on record. And I think 1974 too. I mean, because I watched a documentary about the outbreak of 1974. It said that on Wednesday, April 3rd, 1974, a major tornado outbreak hit, and the 1974 outbreak killed over 300 and injured over 5,000. So so that was a very bad outbreak in 1974. But the difference between the 1974 and 2011 outbreaks is we have better technology. We have better technology today. We have better technology today than we did in 1974. 6 EF5s happened in 2011, being Philadelphia, Mississippi, Hackleburg, Phil, Campbell, Alabama. Alright, sorry. I mean, my mic is my dad was calling me. Everything's fine, but yeah. 6 EF5s happened in 2011, being Philadelphia, Mississippi, Hackleburg, Phil, Campbell, Alabama, Smithville, Mississippi, Rainsville, Alabama, Joplin, Missouri, now Reno, and Piedmont, Oklahoma. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, 2011 was undoubtedly one of the worst tornado seasons, but like I said, we have better technology today than we did back in 1974, because the 1974 outbreak half the tornadoes. There are a lot of tornadoes during the outbreak in 1974, and a lot of those tornadoes in the 1974 outbreak. A lot of those tornadoes in the 1974 outbreak, had little or no warning. There's little or no warning with the 1974 tornado outbreak, because back then we had poor technology. So that was bad with the 1974 outbreak. Because that tornado killed the 1974 outbreak killed over 300 and injured over 5,000. Excuse me. You're actually planning on making a super outbreak EAS scenario that takes place in the year 2028. That's cool. So, Anyway, so far in 2026, there are a lot of tornado warnings issued. I mean, yeah. My state had 10 tornado warnings so far in 2026. My state had 10 tornado warnings so far in 2026. So, that was, yeah. 1974 had 7 F5s across Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, and Alabama. Yeah. You heard about the 1974 outlook and that when the Fajita scale was made. Yeah. Yeah. So, meanwhile, yeah. So, yeah. That was, that outbreak in 1974. I mean, a lot of those tornadoes occurred with little or no warning, and they didn't issue tornado warnings until the tornado was on the ground. So yeah, and they were using typewriters at the time. They were using typewriters. It was poor technology. I mean, if they messed up the warning, they'd have to scrape it out and do it again. So and start over. So. But a lot of those, and because there were tornadoes occurring at once. Sorry. Hold on, let me get a sip of water. Right. Sorry, something got caught in my throat. But anyway, by the time the warnings were put out for those tornadoes in 1974, it was too late. There are many tornadoes occurring at once. There are many tornadoes occurring at once at that time. So, because of that, some people did not get any warnings at all about tornadoes. So yeah, it was one of the biggest outbreaks. It was one of the worst outbreaks on record. But thankfully, we have better technology today. Tanner had 2 F5s on April 3rd, 1974, both hitting just 30 minutes apart. Yeah, I heard that too. Excuse me. And Tanner was also hit by the Heckleberg EF5. Yeah, that was, yeah. But like I said, a lot of tornado warnings did not come in 1974. Tornado warnings did not come in 1974 until after they touched the ground. And you had to account for time it took to type and then time it took. So a lot of those, those typewriter things, they got jammed because a lot of them got jammed, so those warnings came too late, and some never went through because all those tornadoes were occurring at once. So, yeah. April this year was the most active April we've had for my area. 5 tornado warnings in one day with a 4 or 5 significant SVR 60, 70 mile per hour winds and flash flood warnings. Yeah. Yep. April, yeah. You already know what April is most active for your area. Yeah. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. And so, like I said, we had very bad technology back then in 1974. I mean, we had very bad technology, very bad technology in 1974 during that outbreak. So it was just, yeah, that was bad. So yeah, I mean, over 150 tornadoes occurring in 24 hours, with 7 being EF5s. So that's bad. Yeah. Yeah, so one of the tornadoes they showed in that documentary I watched was the Xenia tornado of 1974. Xenia, Ohio, had an F5 tornado in 1974. So yeah, that one killed 34 and injured over 1,000. So Alabama had 107 tornadoes in the month of April 2011 alone. Wow. Now the XVRs in Oregon are down to 70 mile per hour winds due to the super outbreak, and the outbreak is 1 to 2 weeks apart. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Let me check something, yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Come on. Alright, so yeah, here they're done 70 miles per hour. Though I still see one with an 80 mile per hour tag. I still say a severe thunderstorm remains in effect until 3:30 p.m. for southeastern Crook, southeastern Crook, southeastern Deschutes, and southwestern Grant counties. At 3:04 p.m., a severe thunderstorm is located at 11 miles northeast of Hampton, or 51 miles west of Burns, moving northwest at 50 miles per hour. This is a destructive storm for southeastern Crook and southeast Deschutes counties. Hazard 80 mile per hour wind gusts and ping pong ball size hail. Source radar indicated impact. Flying debris were dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes be damaged or destroyed. Mobile homes be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, vehicles, windows, and vehicles. Excessive tree damage and power outages are likely. Location impacted include Paulina, Hampton, and Shepley. This includes Highway 20 between mile markers 55 and 69. For your protection, move to interior room in a low floor building. So there's still one PDS SVR left. Alright, so let's see. But that PDS warning will expire in 2 minutes. Yeah. The one I just read will expire in 2 minutes. So, yeah. Arkansas radar is saying 6 to 9 inches of rain have fallen on total. Oh, wow. It's a lot of rain. So, yeah, there are still some flash flood warnings going on in parts of the south right now. So, yeah. Yeah, so, anyway. I don't know what else to say right now. But if that PDS SVR gets dropped, then I'm gonna hop off. I'm not hopping off yet. I'm just going to see what that warning does, and if there's still, and if that PDS SVR gets dropped, then I'll hop off. But that warning's gonna expire in about a minute. So, meanwhile, now in the tropics, expired. Yeah. There's an area to watch in the eastern Pacific right now, but nothing in the Atlantic yet. But hurricane season is 4 days away. The start of hurricane season. There's an area to watch in the Pacific, 0% chance of development in the next 2 days, and 40% chance of development in the next 7. So, yeah. Like I said, the next 7 days it has a 40% chance of development. So, hold on, let me. Alright, so the PDS warning expired, so anyway, I am going to hop off. So, hope everybody has enjoyed the stream. It's been fun talking to you all. And if another PDS warning is issued, I might come back on. We'll see. There's a massive SVR over southwest Idaho. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. But I'm gonna hop off now, so hope everybody has a great rest of your day and be safe. And if you're within that area, be safe. And now I'm gonna hop off now. So until next time, take care, guys.